Keep it going, Jerry. There we go. There we go. So, Jerry, how does health and fitness help your everyday life?
Well, quite frankly, it's foundational for everything I do. It helps me deal with the stress during the course of the day, helps me deal with some of the emotional issues that come about, but really it's foundational for everything I do in my leadership role as a mayor.
Excellent. Mind, body, soul.
Mind, body, soul.
Yes,
you
sir.
got it.
So, guys, this week on Get Fit in 30, presented by KC24 and CBS 47 Plus, we have your mayor, Jerry Dyer. And welcome back to Get Fit in 30. I'm your host, Mike Rivera. Guys, today we have a Fresno legend. He was on your police force for 40 plus years, made his way all the way up to chief of police here in Fresno, California. Now he sits as number 26th mayor of our beloved city. Jerry Dyer. Welcome to the show, brother. How's it going, baby?
Thank you, Michael.
So like I always like to start off, why health and fitness and how does it help you through your daily life?
Well, I started working out when I was 16 years old.
Okay.
And so it's been a part of my life ever since. Today I work out 7 days a week. And when I don't work out, I don't feel right, but it's foundational to who I am as a person, and it helps me deal with the stress, helps me deal with all the things that come up that generate emotions.
Correct.
Keeps me stable throughout the day.
Okay. When you're in the gym, do you like to listen to any tunes?
Not really.
No?
I listen to whatever's playing in the gym, or anybody that wants to come up and complain to me about a pothole or something like that.
Okay.
So, but I don't wear headsets or anything like that.
No?
Or earpods.
Do you like just to isolate yourself then?
I do. I like
out?
to work out by myself. I don't have a workout partner. I like to do what I feel that day. And so, but I mean, I communicate with folks during the day, as you see.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Your favorite thing to do?
In terms of weights?
Lift.
Oh, I love bench press.
Okay.
But I used to do a lot of bench press, flat bench press, barbells, powerlifting, but now I'm reserved more to the machines.
Okay, I like that. So guys, today what we're gonna start off with, your mayor, is some stabilization drills. So he's gonna try to balance on one leg while he does curls. Now, the curls are gonna be 10-pound dumbbells. Something light, but something good. Something that all of you guys can evolve with at home. So, we're gonna place 30 seconds on the clock. We're going 3 to 4 rounds or 10 to 12 reps. Ready?
Okay.
All right, let's get it. Nice and slow and controlled. This is your mayor. Now, it looks good doing it. Stabilization is on par. In 4, 3, 2, and relax. That's what I'm talking about. Hand-eye coordination at its finest. So, Jerry, did you play sports growing up?
I did. I played football, basketball, and baseball. Played all 3 sports.
Were you any good?
Pretty good. I started, played varsity, generally like baseball, 3 years on varsity. And,
Okay.
And basketball, that was my sport.
And that was Fowler?
Fowler.
Fowler, okay,
Yep,
so
yep.
Fowler High.
Yeah, we had some pretty good teams, made it to the Valley in baseball and basketball, didn't do so hot in football.
What brought you guys out here to Fresno, you and your family?
When I got, after I got out of high school, went to Fresno State. And I thought I was going to play football at Fresno State, but God had a different plan.
Didn't work out that way?
Didn't work out. And so I just stayed here. Graduated from Fresno State, went to the academy, got on the police department, and stayed here the whole time.
Yeah. Excellent. All right. Well, we're going to lead in with some push-ups now. Push-up challenge. 30 seconds is going to be placed on the clock. I'm going to do it with you. All right?
Okay.
We can do this. Okay, let's get it. Okay.
You know I got a bad shoulder.
He does. So we're only going to do 10 for those guys. It's 4, 3, 2. We're going to take it down. Nice and slow and controlled. Good extension. Full range of motion. Remember, guys, fitness has no age limit. Fitness has no age limit. Again, this is your mayor and former chief of police. So when we continue, guys, we're going to be in the podcast room. We're going to deep dive Jerry Dyer, where he's from, how he got there. See you soon. Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening. Have you ever wanted to be featured here on Get Fit in 30 Like, Pack for Performance, or APL? Well, here's your chance. DM me at Strive for Greatness 23 on Instagram, or email me strive4greatness444@gmail.com, and you and/or your brand can be featured here on Get Fit 30. See you soon. Now we're with your mayor here, guys. We're gonna deep dive Jerry Dyer. So. We're gonna start.
It's not scary, I promise.
We're gonna start.
Not too deep.
Not too deep.
Yeah, not too deep.
Fowler, California. Okay, that's where you were raised. Your parents, what did they do growing up?
So my mom worked at a school.
Okay.
Was somewhat of a support staff, and then my dad my dad dropped out of high school. He went to Roosevelt High School, dropped out of sophomore year, lost his dad when he was young. Went into construction, was a truck driver. Later on, he sent himself through the police academy at a later age, probably in his late 30s, and he became a reserve police officer and then a police officer in Fowler. And then later on, he went to Madera Sheriff's Department. Made sergeant, and then I went on my career, Fresno PD. And then when I was a sergeant Fresno PD, he came over along with my sister.
Oh, that's wild.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
I got to pin the badge on both my dad and my sister when they got
That's
sworn in.
special.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
that's
cool.
intense. So that was your driving force.
Yeah, it was my dad. You know, I wasn't going to go into law enforcement. I thought I was going to be an architect.
Okay.
That's what I was studying for. But I got to see my dad come home from, work. I saw him when he came home from construction and driving a truck and wasn't all that happy. And then I saw the excitement on him when he came home as a police officer, and I said, that's what I want to do.
Excellent.
Yep.
Excellent. Now, how long have you been married for?
46 years.
Okay.
46, my wife says 46 long years, best 36 of her life.
That's older than me. Have you enjoyed that time with your wife and the experience of being married?
Yeah, I couldn't see myself being other than married. We got married when I was 21. I met my wife freshman year in high school.
Oh.
And so we've been together all that time. And then, I've been married 46 years, be 47 years, May 24th.
Oh, okay.
And so that's a long ride.
Yeah.
And the foundation of family is vital in your life, correct?
I have a saying, faith, family, and fitness. Those are foundational to me in my life. My faith in Jesus Christ.
Yeah,
my
definitely.
Family is definitely something I couldn't imagine doing what I do today if it wasn't for supportive wife and kids. I have two great children. They're both married, and then I have five grandchildren. And so, and then fitness, as we talked about earlier.
Right. So the transition from police chief to mayor, how has that been? How has that been for you and your family? And how do you feel the city has taken to that?
Well, I'd say my first 6 to 8 months as a mayor was tough on me, the transition. When you serve as a police chief, it's more of a authoritative role. You give a lot of direction. Correct. And people actually, most of the time, listen in the police department, not all the time. And then when you get over to the political realm as a mayor, you learn the art of working with others, and especially the city council. I got 7 city council members.
Yeah.
And you can be the best mayor in the world, but if you don't have support from your city council,
not going to get much done.
Yeah.
So I learned the art of working with those guys, and today we have a great relationship. I really do with all of them. Can count on them for support. And then, there's some times where you gotta compromise on issues. And, I've learned the art of compromising without being compromised. And I think that's important. And we've had a lot accomplished over the last 5 years.
Excellent. With that being said, too, and I don't like talking too much politics stuff, but everybody, I guess you would say past mayors, have tried to revitalize downtown, right? And they tried their best, even though a lot of the, I would say, money had moved over to North Side. So how are you different in that light as far as the mayor's office in trying to revitalize it?
Well, I have a saying, great cities have great downtowns. And it is foundational for us. It's an economic engine. So it's really, if you look around the country and you look at downtowns, they're judged by our cities are judged by downtown, their
Correct.
skyline, et cetera. So different mayors have done different things along the way. Alan Autry was the guy that really made sure that we had the baseball stadium downtown. He was the guy, the driving force, along with the council. And then you had Mayor Swearingen. She opened up what was then Fulton Mall to Fulton Street and did a lot of things downtown. And then now it's been my job to take it even beyond that. And we were very fortunate to get $300 million from the state of California to do a number of the things that's going to allow us to provide housing as well as to bring in business downtown. All of the infrastructure, the water mains, sewer mains, parking garages, green space, intermodal transportation hub, all of those things are important to downtown. And if it wasn't for the money we're getting from the state, we couldn't do it. Curbs, sidewalks, gutters, street, all those things are important.
Right, for the citizens that say it's not safe, right? Because, for instance, a lot of my peers would be, I guess they would be cautious of going downtown past, I don't know, 8 o'clock at night, because, I'm going to get robbed, or I'm getting jacked.
Yeah.
Right? So for the citizens that say it's not safe, what would you say to that?
I would say downtown Fresno is as safe as any other part of the city of Fresno, and I mean that. And I can say that and honestly look at the camera and say that. As a former police chief.
Right.
Yeah,
But, we have thousands of people. For example, on our art hop on a Thursday night, we'll have 15, 20,000 people downtown. When we have a concert at Chichansi Stadium, not uncommon to have 15 to 20,000 people in the stadium. Our brewery district, every weekend, we have thousands of people down there, bands that are playing. And, we just finished up our ice skating rink. We had about 40 days of ice skating downtown. We just opened up the Mariposa Mall. We spent $4 million on that Mariposa Mall stage and so forth. So I would just tell people, come out, try it. And thousands, tens of thousands of people are trying it out. And I've not had any complaints. I've not heard of anyone being victimized or car stolen, broken into.
Have you tried it out, Ellie? Have you gone downtown in the last couple months? Because, guys, she just turned 21. She just turned 21, kid.
Yeah, I did. But I work downtown. I work on Fulton. So I'm there multiple times a week. And it's actually, from when I was a kid, it was a lot different. But now, as an adult, I can see it in a different light. But I feel like it is coming back because, it's a lot nicer to go out to lunch in. And, Mariposa, on Mariposa, that was the ice rink. And I saw that. So I was like, okay, it's coming back a little bit.
Yeah, Mariposa Plaza is something very special. We have housing. We just launched a revolving loan fund for some developers to build housing, some gap financing.
Nice.
And you're going to see a lot of housing go in downtown, and that's what we need.
Yeah.
We can't have a 9 to 5, 5 day a week type of downtown. It's got to be activity at night, entertainment, a lot of businesses coming in. And just invite people, come downtown. I promise you'll love it.
I love you. So we're going to leave you guys with that. When we come back, I want to talk a little bit what's going on in the nation with your mayor.
Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening. Have you ever wanted to be featured here on Get Fit in 30 Life, Pack for Performance, or APL? Well, here's your chance. DM me at Strive for Greatness 23 on Instagram, or email me strive number 4 greatness 444 at gmail.com, and you and or your brand can be featured here on Get Fit in 30. See you soon.
Now we're back with Jerry Dyer. So, what's going on in the nation, guys? Well, there's a lot of protest and a lot of protesting about ICE. Well, ICE is the Immigration Control, I believe, control unit, right? What do they call it?
Immigration Customs Enforcement.
There we go. What is your opinion to everything going on in the country right now with that? And I guess you would say how, in some sense, some people are saying President Trump isn't doing the best he can to control the situation.
Sure. Yeah, what I would say is I think everyone wants comprehensive immigration reform. And what that requires is securing the borders. And I think this administration, President Trump, has done an incredible job, like no other president, in securing our border because it was out of control. We had a lot of people coming over here with that. You had a lot of drugs being smuggled in and a lot of other things happening, criminals coming over across our border unchecked. And then people want a pathway to citizenship. That doesn't take 20 years. And unfortunately, right now, it takes up to 15 to 20 years. And then lastly, they want immigration enforcement on the interior. And I think that's where we're failing as a nation. And when I say that, I don't say it lightly, because I know that ICE has a difficult job to do. But I think everyone in America likes the fact that ICE was going to go after folks that were undocumented, that had a criminal history, serious criminals. The challenge is that, as we know in the Valley here, we rely heavily on farm workers. Most of those are undocumented. And those aren't the people we really want deported. We want them to have a legal way to become a citizen. And then some of the tactics that have been utilized by ICE are very questionable. Some of those tactics are tactics that have been abandoned by law enforcement, local law enforcement 30 years ago, where you pull up in a van that's unmarked and you jump out and you grab someone, you throw them in the van, and you drive off. But people really don't know if that's a kidnapping or if that is truly ice.
That happened a lot in the 60s.
And it did. And it did. And so the cartel does that stuff. And then holds people for ransom. And then some of the other things that, just the lack of de-escalation techniques. Police officers today locally spend an enormous amount of time training on de-escalation, not allowing emotions to get to the point where people are having to use deadly force.
Okay.
And we're seeing that. And so I think they need a lot more training. I've encouraged the administration, to pull back on ICE, take a breath, retrain, and then let's redeploy.
So how do you handle situations like that, say, for instance, with the new riots in L.A. that have been going on, where I believe they went after an ICE, where they hold people that they, or detaining cistern?
Well, first off, I think, when it comes to protests, the people protesting have a role to play too. It's never okay for them to attack an agent or a police officer. It's never okay for them to be throwing things at police cars or kicking out the taillights of a police car or setting a police car on fire. None of that is excusable, even with the tactics that have been used by ICE. But having said that, I also believe, again, that there is a role to play for ICE in calming situations. And, we see a lot of people that are being detained by ICE that are questionable. I can think of an individual here in Fresno that got a lot of publicity. He was he's from Iran. He's 43 years old. He did a burglary when he was 18. He's now, he's a manager of a upscale restaurant in Fresno. Yeah. And he went in to do his annual reporting, and they detained him and put him in a detention facility for like 90 days. Yeah. And this is a guy with married, has some kids, and a reputable citizen. Yeah. And so those are the things that I think we need to take a step back and reassess. Is that who we're really going after?
That was a very detailed answer. Yeah. We appreciate that. Yeah. So what do you think of the whole situation, Ellie? Coming from, I guess you would say, a youth standpoint, because your generation, what I've seen, is more polarized to everything with cell phones, right? And computers and everything of that nature. Back in our day, we had the newspaper every day. So we didn't get all these things, all the stimulation didn't hit us all at once. Right. Now everything's on a phone, so you're seeing negativity 24/7 from both sides. So what is your take on the whole situation?
I would say I feel like because social media and media is such a huge thing nowadays, and I feel like with my generation, they do a lot with it. And I would hate to see negativity, but at the same time, I do realize that there has to be checks and balances within cities, within the country. And so I understand that the country is going to do what they need to do. To do that, to like maintain a safe country. But again, like you were talking about, there's ways to do that correctly, and you kind of pick and choose your battles, you know what I mean? So like you said, are we really trying to go after that kind of person or family member or worker, or are we trying to go after the ones that are harming like our country and our city and everything like that? But I do feel, and I hate to say it because I'm a part of this generation, but I do feel like a lot of people in my generation, they like to highlight certain things and stick to that, not look at the full story. Yeah. So it's a little deceiving sometimes.
Divide and conquer, I suppose. Yeah. Some people do that.
Yeah.
Okay. On another note, Tower District. Yeah. How do you feel everything is in Tower now, as far as the safety, as far as the restaurant scene? Is it in your eyes becoming something better than it was, say, 10 years ago, with the gentrification of a lot of different areas down there?
Yeah, so the Tower District is very unique. A lot of people say it's weird, and they want to keep it weird. And there's a lot of restaurants. I mean, you can't find really a vacant building in the Tower District that isn't occupied by a business or a restaurant. A lot of folks want to be there, and the reason is because a lot of people go there. And the challenge is that if you don't have responsible restaurant owners or bar owners, and you start attracting the wrong type of clientele, ultimately you end up with problems. You mix the wrong people with alcohol. What good can come from that? And so we do see some problems over there with people that are unfortunately fighting and creating disturbances. We have contract law enforcement officers that work it. We have bicycle officers that patrol. But I'd say all in all, it's extremely safe.
Right.
But it's not the tower of old. It's evolved into more of a night scene, entertainment district.
Correct.
And with that, you're going to have problems.
Right. Though I'll give you that crime has gone down, right, in the city of Fresno in the last
Dramatically.
Right. How many? What was the percentage that it dropped?
So when you look at like murders, for example, we have a 51-year low in murders in the city of Fresno, and you look at where we were in 2020 and 2021, we had 74 murders each year. Wow. This year we had 22 in 2025. Shootings went from 732 shootings in 2020 down to 162 in 2025. And auto theft between 2025 and 2024, 1,250 fewer cars stolen. So burglaries going down, all of those crimes are going down. Still too much, and we're working on it, adding officers. But we're a much safer city today, I think, than we've been in decades.
Which is amazing since the city has been growing tremendously in all aspects from the surrounding areas of Madera, Clovis, and Fresno. So,
yeah, we're one of the fastest growing cities in the state of California.
Oh, yeah.
And so with that, you have some growing pains, but I think we're keeping up with them, and I really feel like we're going in a good direction. I feel positive momentum. I hear the complaining from time to time, but we're really going in a good direction. And we just got to stay united as one Fresno, and good things happen.
Right. I love that. So when we come back, guys, we're gonna go a little brighter note here and talk football. See you soon.
Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening. Have you ever wanted to be featured here on Get Fit in 30 Life, Pack for Performance, or APL? Well, here's your chance. DM me at Strive for Greatness 23 on Instagram, or email me strive number 4 greatness 444 at gmail.com, and you and or your brand can be featured here on Get Fit 30. See you soon.
Now, we're going to take a little brighter note. Talking football here. So, Jerry Dyer, who is your football team? NFL.
It's San Francisco 49ers. Has been.
Bang, bang.
Yeah, bang, bang, 49er game.
Yeah.
So, and when Derek Carr played for the Raiders, that's who I rooted for.
Okay.
Derek and I are friends and love the Raiders, but they don't win. And so
he's just being honest.
49ers, I love the Niners. And Brock Purdy, those guys did incredible this year. They really punched above their weight.
Yes. Who do you have in the Super Bowl?
God, I gotta believe the Patriots are gonna pull it out. I just think the Patriots are gonna win this thing.
Do you think it's an exciting Super Bowl with Seattle?
I do. Yeah. I do. I mean, both teams are really good. Seattle's been a shocker this year for me.
I don't like Seattle. But I get that. Yeah. But you're right.
Yeah. When Pete Carroll was coaching Seattle, I liked him a lot more.
Yeah.
But when Pete Carroll left, I didn't like him, and so. But I think Seattle's incredible. Look what they've done to. To the 49ers.
That's why I don't like them.
Twice.
They're
it wasn't great.
Yeah.
Well, you're right. You're right.
Yeah.
And okay, with that, what do you think of Fresno State athletics? How far it's come? Has it withdrawn from the heydays of Tark and Pat? Or where do you see it's going and all that good stuff?
I think football is on the comeback.
Okay.
We've had some great coaches with Sweeney and Pat Hill and Jeff Tedford and the like, and Kalen DeBoer for a short time. But I love Fresno State football. I'm a season ticket holder. I'm a Bulldog through and through. And so I think they're going to do really, really well this coming year. I know Coach Entz has got some really good drafts, or not drafts, but recruits.
With NIL, they're pretty much drafts.
It's like drafts. They're great recruits. I know there's going to be a little bit of a challenge on the quarterback this year, but hopefully we can get that worked out. Basketball, I watched an incredible game the other night.
Yeah, they had to come back. Yeah,
that was. They scored, 7 points in 6 seconds, and came back and won the game.
Yeah. You're right. But do you think that's going to lead to a Mountain West championship?
I don't know, and it's going to be interesting next year when they go into a different league. But I do know that basketball we're far better than we were last year, and but we got to do a lot better if we're going to fill up the Save Mart Center. We hosted one game, as you know, this last year at Selland Arena, sold out.
Yep.
And it was like days of old, where when it was Grant's Tomb and Tarkanian
Oh,
was
yeah.
coaching there,
Oh, yeah.
Boyd Grant, and it was exciting.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, we lost the game.
We got to win those games.
Yeah.
Kind of got to
Yeah,
win.
we got to do it again to win it.
Yeah, especially when you're playing Cal State Bakersfield.
Yeah.
Tomato. But it is what it is. But we like to say we appreciate your time
Yeah,
here on
thank
Get Fit in
you.
30 on KC24 and CBS 47 Plus, and hope to do it again.
Thank you, Michael.
All right, of course.
Appreciate